Hello people and welcome back to another channel, one Moreno stop motion channel. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make this custom Groot figure. So here he is. He's an amazing dude. He's just pretty big. He's the tallest figure I got so far, I guess, in this 6-7 inch category. In case you wonder, he's about 11 inches, which is a lot. So we are going to turn this amazing guy into on our own version of an MCU Groot, the old design of Groot when he's massive. So I know the new design has some flaws. The Hasbro figure as it came is not that great looking as it was the case with this little fellow, because if you add some paint job over there and you do a little bit of customizing, you can really bring out the details and it's going to look even better. So we are going to do the same with this guy. So for that, we just 3D printed this amazing adult Groot face that we found in a bust. I will leave the link in the description in case you want to do your own costume of the Swamp Thing becoming the awesome Groot. So this guy is just amazing as it comes. It's a flawless figure. I just love it the way it is. A sculpt is just very impressive. I don't think you can ask for a better sculpt in that department, and the balance between the sculpt and articulation is pretty cool. Of course, it's a big guy. He has some problems standing up because of the ankles and stuff like that, because of weight. Of course, you cannot go against the physics, but the dude is amazing, man. As it is, it's such a perfect figure, man. To be honest, for the price point, this is amazing. I just wish we had something close to this in the Marvel, and I think the closest one is going to be the devil guy from Thor. I will do a comparison after this guy becomes a Groot. But check this out, the sculpt over there is awesome. So I will really like to do the review of this guy after he's finished as a Groot. So let's see how it goes. So here he is next to the Guardians of the Galaxy team, and you can see already this is going to look pretty epic. So this is just the final look before we do an amazing makeover of this dude, how the team is going to be really improved. I mean, I love this little Groot fellow, but I think we never really have a pretty cool Groot figure. I was just late into collecting the BAF original Groot that came out a few years ago. I almost forgot that I had this little fellow over here that came with Rocket, I guess. So step one is going to be obviously removing the head. You can really get a range of movement with him. Let's see if the scale of the Groot head is I think it's perfect. What do you guys think? I need to remove these parts of the neck, and just to make sure we have a perfect fit, I'm going to use some epoxy clay just to hold it in place. This is a hollow piece as it came on the file, so I need to add some clay over there so I have something to grab on from the head. For stop motion, the best thing you can do is use some regular clay, and that will give you some extra expression of the articulation. So probably this is not going to be fixed on position, rather it's going to be adjustable with the clay as it comes in green. This is also a pretty cool head sculpt, but maybe I'll just match the paint job with the final Groot so I can switch back and forward. Use a layer of black paint on which we are going to build up the paint, and we are going to use some dry brush techniques. This is going to be the first piece that we're going to make, so I want to finish with the Groot head just to make a feeling of what is going to be my color palette, like the browns and the lighter browns that I'm going to use. So this is going to be the main test for the whole body, and probably, I'm pretty sure after I finish with that, I will probably use this one as well and do the same treatment so they don't feel like a different figure or a different paint job or a different scale or a different universe. So if they have the same texture and the same paint job apply, it's going to be super cool. So let's see how it goes.
So scale-wise, this is looking pretty cool, and adding the black paint, it really brings up the details of the sculpt. So check this out.
We are going to use this brown paint, which is kind of reddish. We are going to use a dry brush technique, which means that you are going to put as little as possible paint on the brush. And what you are going to do is that you have to remove as much as you can and then you paint it. All right, so that's the dry brush technique. So here you can see the first layer of the dark brown that I apply, and I try to pretty much go on the surface so the black is still on the other parts of the figure. All right, so that's quite cool. I'm pretty happy with the result. It's going to look epic. And let's go to the next layer of brown. Whoa, this is looking pretty cool, and this is just the second coat of brown. This is a little bit of a lighter brown. I really like this effect. So I'm going to try an even lighter brown just to make it a little bit more saturated, and color is going to be a brownish yellow color, and it's going to make it feel a little bit more alive. This is kind of grayish. So with the last coat and the final details, I'm thinking that we are going to bring up some of those details. After that, we are going to add some glossiness into the eyes and some green areas over here, so it looks like he had some vegetation going on. So this is kind of the look that we are aiming to. So if you can check this out, I'm pretty close, I'm guessing. If this color is too light, maybe it needs a little bit more yellow, but I'm really happy with the result. And now that we are going to add some darker green on some areas and then some lighter green, I think it's going to pop up. So there's no perfection. We are not trying to accurately replicate the colors one by one and each of them. So I'm so happy with the final result of the head. To be honest, here is not a proper way to do it. Actually, the mistakes make it even better. The colors could be a little bit different, but with the overall figure, once we have the assembly over there, it's going to look super awesome. You are so beautiful to me. Man, this is looking pretty impressive, bro. It's going to look amazing. I will do the same process in all the figure, so I'm not sure if you want to see that, but I'm going to skip it and you will see the final result now. So here we have the 4 steps of the process. You can tell the first one, second layer, or the first layer of the reddish brown. You can really bring up the details and the texture. And with the second layer of the brown, you can actually have a little bit more contrast, and the final result is going to be the wood feel of it. So here you can see the process, and actually check this out, the first pieces came out super cool, and this is going to be just amazing. I will continue the process. It's a little bit of a time consuming one, but it's going to be totally worth it.
Here the final pieces with the vegetation apply, and now we just need for the paint to dry. I am Groot.
I just want to show you guys some of the details that we have over here. We have some very cool grass looking stuff going on the head, and then we have some grass over here. We have some details of vegetation. The colors came out pretty good. We have some leaves over there which are flexible plastic, and this guy is just impressive. I just love diaper rubber solution that McFarlane uses on their toys, because it's such a great solution design wise. All right, so articulation of this dude, it's still very cool. This is the first time that I'm going to show you what's going on in the side, on the inside of the figure. So it is the basic green that we have previously, but this is a win because we don't have paint shipping a paint scrap over there, so that's a plus. McFarlane did an awesome job, and I'm pretty sure they did it because they knew a lot of people is going to want to customize this and to make a better Swamp Thing. But I really think this is a way cooler Groot, especially if you play the video game. You will see that there are some incarnations of Groot that really work out pretty cool. So it's just a thing about what do you prefer. So articulation here on the shoulder, it's still working. It's a little bit thicker because of the extra layers of paint, but it is possible to make it without scratching the paint. So I added a little bit of final transparent coat to the figure just to protect the paint a little bit better. And as you can tell, he is still articulated. I don't want to mess around too much with the articulation because of this is not a finished product, but I just wanted to show you guys the final look on this guy. Of course, I just painted eyes black, but it is a matte black, so it's not the final result of this guy. Next to the original members of the Guardians of the Galaxy team, my go-to figure as my main Groot in the Chinoverse and into my shelf. So let me know. I want to animate something with these guys now that we have the rush for the movie, and it's one of the best MCU movies of all time. Of course, there's a hype for the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just love the characters and the chemistry of them because I just played the video game. If you haven't, it's such fun. Probably it's not the best game, but the story-wise, it's super fun just to play and to watch the characters interact with each other. So this is just so cool. I'm going to add some pictures and some footage so you can watch it.
Thank you so much for supporting the channel with your like, subscription and notification bell. If you'd like to help a little bit more, consider becoming a Patreon, so you can help the channel a big deal. Thank you so much for supporting. I am Chino Moreno, and I will see you in the next video.